Title: The Silent Stalker. In the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, a seasoned hunter named Jack ventured out for a solo expedition. As the sun dipped below the horizon, an eerie silence enveloped the woods. In the distance, Jack heard rustling leaves, but it was too rhythmic, too deliberate to be an ordinary forest sound. Fear gripped him as he realized he was the prey. A phantom figure emerged, stealthy and predatory, its eyes gleaming in the moonlight. Jack's heart raced as he knew he was no longer the hunter, but the hunted. He fought for his life in the chilling forest, but the silent stalker was relentless, and Jack's terrified cries echoed into the night. Title: The Haunted Cabin. A group of friends embarked on a hunting trip to a remote cabin deep in the Appalachian Mountains. As they settled in, they noticed strange occurrences, eerie whispers in the wind, objects moving on their own, and cold spots in the cabin. The hunters soon realized they were not alone. They encountered the vengeful spirit of a previous occupant who had met a gruesome end in the cabin. Trapped in a nightmare, they had to use their survival skills not against wildlife, but against the malevolent force within the haunted cabin. Title: The Moan in the Marshes. Hunting enthusiasts. Bob and Tom set off for a night of frogging in the Louisiana bayou. As they waded into the murky waters, an unsettling moan echoed from the reeds. They brushed it off as the wind, but the moan persisted, growing louder and more inhuman. Panic set in as they realized they were not alone in the swamp. Their flashlights revealed glowing eyes, unnatural shapes lurking in the water. The moan grew deafening as a grotesque creature emerged, lurking in the shadows. The hunt for frogs turned into a terrifying struggle for survival in the haunted marshes. Title: The Phantom Buck. Deep in the rugged terrain of the Colorado Rockies, a skilled hunter named Sarah pursued a legendary, elusive buck known as the Phantom. It was said to be a ghostly presence, only appearing to those truly worthy. Days turned into weeks as she tracked the buck's elusive trail. Exhausted and on the brink of despair, she finally locked eyes with her quarry. But as she prepared to take the shot, the phantom buck's form wavered and dissolved into thin air. It was as though the majestic creature had never existed, leaving Sarah bewildered and haunted by a creature that defied the laws of nature. Desolation Falls. In the heart of the Nevada desert lies an isolated ghost town known as Desolation Falls. Its macabre reputation was well-earned, a place where time seemed to stand still, and the shadows whispered secrets that even the bravest dared not unearth. One sweltering summer's day, a group of thrill-seekers arrived in Desolation Falls, drawn by tales of a mysterious relic said to possess unimaginable power. Their leader, Jake, had an obsession with the supernatural, and he believed this relic held the key to unlocking the unseen world. After hours of scouring the dilapidated town, they stumbled upon an eerie chapel hidden in a thicket of gnarled trees. Inside, an ancient altar stood, adorned with a peculiar obsidian artifact that shimmered with an unsettling, otherworldly glow. Jake, emboldened by his obsession, reached out to claim it. As he touched the relic, an unearthly gust of wind howled through the chapel, extinguishing their lanterns and plunging them into darkness. Panic set in as the ground trembled beneath their feet, and ethereal whispers filled the air. The group attempted to escape, but they found the chapel door sealed shut. The relic seemed to pulse with malevolent energy, and the walls of the chapel began to bleed an ominous, inky substance that oozed from the cracks. A ghastly presence emerged from the shadows, a spectral figure that beckoned them to stay. One by one, the trapped explorers succumbed to the relentless haunting. Their screams echoed through the chapel as they were consumed by the relentless darkness. The malevolent presence seemed to feed on their fear, growing stronger with each soul claim. Only Jake remained, his eyes reflecting a terror beyond words. In a final act of desperation, he reached for the obsidian relic, hoping to reverse the curse. The artifact absorbed his touch, and for a brief moment, A blinding light engulfed the chapel. When the light receded, the chapel had vanished, leaving nothing but an empty expanse of desert where Desolation Falls once stood. Jake, now forever bound to the relic, would wander the desolate sands as a spectral guardian, cursed to protect the very artifact that had ensnared him. Desolation Falls remained a legend, a ghost town lost to the unforgiving sands, and those who sought the obsidian relic were warned of the relentless darkness that awaited them in the heart of the Nevada desert. Revelation. Yumi stumbled upon a small clearing where a spectral figure stood among the trees. It was Hiroshi, his eyes vacant and lifeless. He beckoned to Yumi with a bony hand, his voice echoing with an otherworldly tone. Tears streaming down her face, Yumi took a step forward, compelled by an irresistible force. But just as she was about to reach her brother, a chilling realization struck her. The melody, the empty eyes. Hiroshi was not her brother, but a malevolent spirit, a creation of the forest. With a scream, Yumi turned and fled, her lantern now extinguished. She ran blindly through the pitch-black forest, pursued by ghostly whispers and spectral figures. The trees seemed to close in around her, their twisted branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. Miraculously, Yumi emerged from Aokigahara, her heart pounding with terror. She had narrowly escaped the clutches of the forest's malevolent spirits. But she knew that her brother, and many others before him, would never be found. To this day, the legend of Aokigahara's Forest of Lost Souls serves as a cautionary tale for those who dare to enter its depths. It's a place where reality and the supernatural intertwine, and where the lost souls of the forest continue to beckon unsuspecting wanderers into their eternal darkness.